what had to happen was Bruno Fernandes was basically played as a striker in the team. He was played so far up the pitch because he needed to go and get goals up front.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, this season, he's still doing that. And you can't be doing that when Cristiano Ronaldo's in the team. Because you end up with two strikers up front, Bruno being, for all Bruno's qualities, he makes a lot of risks, and he when United are pressing, Bruno goes running at players without being part of a, when you press, you have to all press at the same time, and Bruno does go a bit rogue on a lot of occasions at that. So this season, the thing that's baffled me the most is, why is Bruno being allowed to carry on going that far forward, and he's not being told? Maybe he is being told to stay deep, but he isn't carrying it out. Ronaldo's up front doesn't press at all, and then the other attackers that Solskjaer keeps playing with him to create goals for someone like Ronaldo who doesn't press. One of them is Rashford, who isn't a winger, who cuts inside and shoots all the time. The other one's Mason Greenwood, who isn't a winger and wants to cut inside and shoot all the time. And for all Mason Greenwood's talent at scoring goals, he's still got a lot to learn in terms of pressing and things like this. So what's happened is United have just got this goal-seeking front four, but then a double pivot of
4-2-4, basically.
Exactly. And Fred and McTominay in midfield, all they do is screen a defence, attempt to anyway. So it's all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I've watched some of the games back because we said we were doing this discussion, and I actually have come to a different conclusion. I think that the form of some of the players have dropped off a cliff.
There's also that as well, yeah.
And if you look at the Euros, right, Maguire, Shaw, class Euros, amazing tournament, and they both had good seasons last season. You look at McTominay, he had a good season last season. The form of those three players has dropped off a cliff in a bad, big way, and they are pretty big players for United.
And especially too.
Yeah, but absolutely, Wan-Bissaka. So form is,
and Varane's been injured.
That's
your whole back four.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been injured. So the form of the players over a short period of time, 9-10 games, isn't a long period. So those players are probably going to come up. So is that on Solskjaer also? I don't know how long they had off and how much pre-season they've had. And Shaw and Maguire are quite big guys. They strike me as the type of guys like Rooney, when they quit playing, they're going to get quite fat. They're big people. So they seem like the type of players who need a run of games, no injuries, no niggles to get into full fitness, full form. So I think that's one thing. The other thing, as you say, is the space in the middle of the park. And actually, a lot of people are panning Fred and McTominay. And you just can't play like that.
Who else is there though in the team?
Just Matic. There isn't any, there's not even the numbers. You can't even say we've got 7 or 8 average players. We have 3 players there.
This is what I was saying before. After a couple of seasons ago, when Herrera left for free, that's Solskjaer showed when he came in, he wanted to play Pogba in the role that he was at Juventus in. He wanted to play Matic and Herrera to have, a real defensive midfielder, and then a tenacious player
Herrera's the perfect player
Vidal,
for it.
And Herrera was the perfect player for that. Yeah, but the following season, Herrera had gone off on a free to PSG. Nemanja Matic, his form, it declined a little bit anyway because he was getting older. But also, I think he got injured in October and he was out for 2 or 3 months anyway. So, because even though Matic was a bit older and Herrera was leaving for free, no midfielder was brought in that summer.
Yeah, you lose even a number, even a body in the squad wasn't brought in. So this is another point, right?
But there was only McTominay and Fred. There was no other midfielders that could do it. Pereira can't play there. He's more of an attacking midfielder, and he wasn't good enough. But this idea that why did Solskjaer persist with Fred and McTominay? It's because at that time there was literally no other midfielders.
There was no one else
to play there.
Yeah, exactly.
And since then, if Solskjaer's to look back on his time at United, the only stability he's ever had in central midfield has been that period with McTominay and Fred.